Sometimes you just have to say, Alicia. Well, you probably don't say Alicia unless your name is also Alicia, but sometimes I just have to say, Alicia, you're being a dickhead and you need to snap out of it. At least that's what happened this week. I'm really glad I'm actually a little bit late recording this video and that I've already done week 3, day 1, because otherwise this video could have been pretty negative, not gonna lie. Just to explain briefly, my back injury that is completely unrelated to Couch to 5K was giving me a lot of pain, and I decided to try out a new physio, which was great, and he did some wonderful things and I am totally on the mend. But that probably didn't help this week. So I feel like we've bonded enough for me to be completely honest with you, and that's what I'm gonna do. Week 2 sucked. I just wasn't feeling week 2. I felt sluggish. I felt like every step I took was dragging my really heavy ass, and it seemed to be getting harder and harder every time. My feet were aching and I was a tad over it. The most important part of all of this though is that I did it anyway. So once again, podcasts got me through. This week it was especially Willosophy with Will Anderson, and it was in particular the episode featuring Dr. Carl. I am a little bit obsessed with Dr. Carl, and I do feel that he should be running the world, or if not, at least he should be Prime Minister of Australia. Just saying. So if you haven't checked that out, download Willosophy, Will Anderson, and especially the Dr. Carl episode. Now, during this time, I never actually wanted to give up. I just couldn't fathom how I would go from this to running 5K or 30 minutes or anything like that. I'm still really struggling with that, and that's probably where the Couch 5K subreddit comes in really handy, because you do get a lot of stories of people who are really struggling, who persevere and do really well, and there is a little bit of the old, well, if that person can do it, then I can do it too, probably, I hope. So at the moment I'm really just 100% putting my trust in the process, because I'm still struggling to figure out how I'm going to go from being this out of shape to running 5K, which is upsetting in itself, but it's also, week 3 has been better, believe me, so it's been encouraging. Now, as for the bit about me being a dickhead, well, basically I got up this morning to do week 3, day 1, and I was out before sunrise, and I am so fortunate that I get to run in one of the most beautiful places in the world. I run under the Sydney Harbour Bridge and past the Opera House, and there are beautiful boats and cruise ships nearby, and it really is just stunning. And the Opera House just had the most spectacular golden glow, and as like the sun was coming up and the sky was such a perfect shade of pink and gold and blue that it looked like it wasn't even real, it looked like a painting. And there are very few people out that early in the morning, mostly fishermen and photographers hoping to capture that beautiful golden hour in the morning. And I just said to myself, you are an idiot. If you can't be bothered getting up for this, if this is somehow not impressive enough for you, if you're tired of this, then you are officially a spoiled brat. It was just so spectacular, and I felt so privileged to be able to be out there seeing that, and I just basically couldn't stop smiling. I was sweaty and I still can't believe I'm this out of shape, but it was glorious. And sometimes you just need to be grateful that you can even be out amongst all of that. So if you're having a tough week, please stick with it. Find the joy in some aspect of whatever it is you're doing and be grateful. Sneak preview for week 3, one of the things I think I'm actually going to enjoy more as I progress is longer and fewer repetitions. Something that I really liked about week 3, day 1, which was today for me, was doing 2 repetitions. So it was, apart from the warm up and the cool down, it was 90-second jog, 90-second walk, 3-minute jog, 3-minute walk, and then repeat. And it feels shorter when you're doing fewer repetitions, so I really liked that. Anyway, that's about all for this week. As always, I love reading and responding to your comments, so pop them in the comment section below and I will be back again next week. See you!